And in a huge, shocking bombshell, legendary soap villain Gemma Bissix is returning to Hollyoaks after a 12-year hiatus. Now, what's this got to say? This is Claire Devine will be back. Now, you may be wondering, she was never to return. She was taken from us. She was struck by a moving object. I'll talk about it after the first minute. But she should not be able to return as the character is no longer with us. So how will this go ahead and happen? Well, that's what we're going to find out. The article is as followed. Yeah, it is from The Sun, so, Legendary soap villain Gemma Bissix is returning to Hollyoaks after a 12-year-long hiatus. The blonde bombshell, 41, will reprise her role on the Channel 4 soap as Minx Claire Devine next month, despite being killed off. Yeah, it's a lovely picture. Oh yeah, that's a nicer one. The shock twist will take place as the show celebrates its 30th birthday this year. Comes after EastEnders viewers had been expecting her to reprise her role as Claire Bates on the rival BBC One soap after her on-screen dad Nigel, played by Paul Bradley, has mentioned her on air several times. Gemma appeared on Albert Square for 15 years before leaving in 2008. That's not entirely true. There was a lot of a gap in between. A source said Gemma's much anticipated return to Hollyoaks has been kept top secret, and her character is set up to stir plenty of on-screen drama as the soap kicks into gear around its 30th birthday. She is delighted to be asked back, especially as she's rising from the dead. These scenes will be explosive. Gemma's Hollyoaks character Claire wreaked havoc in an iconic Cheshire village, but met a brutal demise when she was mowed down by Dr. Browning following a shove from Mercedes McQueen. Reflecting on her departure at the time, Gemma said, "I think at the time Claire had so many ups and downs. The character had to expire at some point. You can't be that evil and not get your comeuppance." Wait, what is this? Oh, is it? Oh, Bill Bellow. No. Yeah. Solid spokeswoman has proceeded to comment. There we are. So, yeah. So, Claire Devine will be back on our screen. She caused a lot of fights. She caused explosions. She was a real bad villain. I was going to say bad girl, but it feels weirder in comparison to bad boy. It's a big return, honestly. It's always weird when soaps decide to bring back a character from the dead, because you typically have to feel it to be more intriguing. You have to have a really good reason to have you need a really good reason for her to actually be brought back. So I do wonder what will make her return to Hollyoaks. And I mean, a lot of people are pretty a lot of people do love this character. A lot of people kind of adore and really enjoy this. She did get Villain of the Year, was nominated for Best Actress, Best Exit, Best Scene of the Year, Favorite Love to Hate, etc., etc. She really did kind of take the world by storm with her character in general. And yeah, I don't really have much to say about Claire Devine. I mostly watched the stuff with her and Max Cunningham, mostly, and her, revenge. And then obviously stuff with her revenge on Warren. And I didn't really see much of the return either. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal, all things considered. I like what she's done. She obviously was involved in murders as of the explosion. Pretty sure it was the bomb in the... Was it the McQueens? It was during a party, right? It was during a party, and yeah, yeah, an explosion, seeing Doug's leaving party, etc., killed Doug as well. Poor Doug. But yeah, I mean, she has 15 attempted murders, and really caused a lot of upset, caused a lot of discomfort, and yeah, everybody needs a classic soap bitch, and she probably will fit that role. Be interesting to see what she's like at the age of 41, you know, being slightly older, because, you know, she was kind of temptress type role. She very overt. I mean, some of the pictures, some of the outfits, very overt with the sexuality. So, yeah. And what is she going to be back for? She's going to be back for Mercedes, one would imagine. You'd imagine she'll be back for Mercedes and have a big showdown with her. And yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to this. I have very little expectations, as if you can't tell. Not watched too much of Claire Devine, but I am open and willing to let this happen and let's see what happens with this. I mean, it'd be interesting, you know. She is related to Grace Black. She's related to Rex now. You know, is this family, are they going to take over? Is she going to be involved in this big Grace storyline? Is she going to be involved in the downfall of Grace Black? Like, what exactly is going to happen here? And just, even with that stuff aside, it's a shame that Warren's not here as well. And it feels like a lot of the characters who were involved with the previous stuff probably not really here anymore. you know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of people who she did screw over aren't here anymore. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see, and I look forward to it. Not gonna dwell too long. I simply don't have much to say about her. But I mean, it did say, I believe it said that she'll be back next. She'll be back. Was it next month? I closed the article. She will be back next month. So, what? May? She'll be back in May. And this seems to be a big blockbuster return. And they want it to be a big deal. And it does also take her away, because obviously she played Claire Bates in EastEnders. So that kind of takes away that angle as well. There's a lot of exciting stuff here. But yeah, there we are. That's the video. Tell me what you think about Claire Devine returning. How do you feel when they decide to make characters return from the dead? I know it's Hollyoaks, and they like to kind of take... Hollyoaks doesn't really take it as seriously. And they do love to have a character come back even though you thought they were dead. So, hey, we shall see what happens and how it happens. Yeah, tell us what you think in the comment section down below. I've been Ash from Watching Walford. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye.